My name's Graham Jack and I work for Romag. We manufacture in the UK roof integrated PV and also other glass technology as well. PV technology has come on a lot in the last 5 years. We've seen the gravitation away from on-roof systems, which you've seen a lot of across the country, to in-roof systems, which means that it sits flush with the roof finish and basically gives a much better aesthetic finish to the product. We're seeing a lot of the volume house builders switch over to roof integrated. Basically, the house builders have to reach a certain level of energy efficiency with their new developments, and therefore they've got an option as to whether to go with on-roof or in-roof. And we're seeing that more and more of them are switching over to the in-roof systems that we manufacture. The advantages of in-roof systems are that basically the aesthetic value is much higher, but there's also the benefit to the house builder in that you don't have two different sets of people installing the systems. You've got one roofing contractor who basically comes to site. We train them up on how to fit our systems, and they basically can fit the roof integrated system as well as doing the roof finish up to the actual modules themselves. The actual panels that we use are exactly as energy efficient as the previous on-roof systems. Basically, it's all down to the purity of the silicon cells that we use, which are exactly the same as a standard on-roof panel. So the efficiencies are improving every year, but at the moment they sit exactly in line with the on-roof systems. Every year there's a small percentage increase in efficiency, and we see that carrying on a straight line. Also, the mass production techniques that we employ in the northeast are reducing the cost of the actual modules year on year. So basically, we're seeing the cost decrease, the efficiency go up, and we expect to see that continue. As well as the volume house builders taking up the roof integrated product, we're also seeing retrofits increasing all the time, because the perception is there's a lot of upheaval of the existing roof finish. But actually, with a small amount of work to the existing roof, we can incorporate the roof integrated systems into an existing roof. So that's actually a new avenue which we're exploring at the moment. The commercial sector, because of sort of economies of scale and less emphasis particularly on the aesthetics when you're talking about industrial buildings, it doesn't potentially make sense to go down the roof integrated. However, we do also manufacture building integrated PV, which basically if any building has glass involved, then we can insert solar PV within the glass. And we've done projects at London City Hall and also King's Cross, working with Foster and Partners on another scheme as well. So the building integrated side is also very strong as well. Predictions for the future for PV are that we'll see a lot more use of building integrated PV in commercial situations. Thin film laminates are also a new development which we're exploring, and that's basically a sprayed on version of PV onto building facades. The efficiency is also increasing year on year with that as well. It's still not as cost effective as the traditional crystalline version, but it's coming on more and more every year. We're really looking forward to Vision London next year because it's the official launch of our new Intecto range of tiles, which is basically a coloured version of our PV products, and it basically sits in really well with terracotta roof tiles, sort of rosemary clay tiles and that sort of thing. So Redrow and other large volume house builders have looked for a solution to terracotta tiles, and we're actually providing one starting next year. And it's frameless, so it sits flush with the roof finish, and it really does fit in very nicely with existing roof finishes. The unique aspect of the Intecto product is that it will work with any concrete interlocking tile, whereas some of the other tile manufacturers have produced tiles just for their own products. We've actually developed something which will work with all of the major tile manufacturers.